Okay, Bengals Commanders game. Joe Burrow took some tough hits early on here. He's playing in the preseason because, hey, you want to try and get him some reps. Obviously, the Bengals have started off slow these past couple years. They want to avoid that. They figure, hey, playing preseason might be a way to do that. In fairness to the offensive line, this play's been going on for a while. Burrow's trying to scramble, see if he can make something happen. Ultimately, he elects to not throw the football away, which would have been a penalty, and he also elects to not just go down and end up, what ends up happening is three defenders kind of clobber him right there. So that can't have felt good in this situation, and that honestly wasn't even the hardest hit he took. There was also this next one. This is on a second down and 20. That's a part of these plays. The first one I showed you was a 3rd and 12, and neither T. Higgins or Jamar Chase was in the game, so that's part of why Burrow held on to it for a while. Here, it's 2nd and 20, which is, again, why Burrow's holding on to it for a while, and that's kind of been the one knock against him over his career, is he does sometimes like to hold on to the ball. He's going to scramble out, and given the broadcast angle, we actually kind of miss what happens. There's an offensive lineman in the way. All of a sudden, we just see the ball pop out. So I can show this angle. You see right here, so that Washington defender, he's grabbed onto Joe Burrow's horse collar, right, that jersey area. The thing is, if Burrow was still in the pocket, that's actually a legal play. You are allowed to horse collar tackle a quarterback if they're still in the pocket. However, if they get out of the pocket, then you can no longer do that. The reason being that it's usually just a dangerous play if someone is running with the football. If you're in the pocket, you're not likely to be running with the football. Here, though, Burrow is. But honestly, for Burrow, the horse collar part isn't even going to be the worst part. Watch what happens. You see, Burrow gets dragged to the ground, and then watch 77, who gets pushed into Burrow's head, basically. Oh my goodness, I could never play football. That is a tough hit. Luckily, he was okay. Also, the broadcast had to have scared Bengals fans to death, because you see Burrow absolutely get clobbered, and then watch how they show this on the broadcast. Watch, you see, big collision, and all of a sudden the broadcast is going to cut to this, and you're like, oh my God, is Joe Burrow hurt? Is Joe Burrow injured? This is just an offensive lineman who fell on the ball. He's fine, but in this moment, I'm sure Bengals fans' heart rates were pretty high. Thankfully, he was okay. Just a couple of hits that probably didn't feel so good.